Hello everyone, and welcome back to Make Believe, where we're playing the house in Fata Morgana. Last time, um, the silver-haired girl was taking care of the garden and tried to gift Jacobo some flowers, which he understood as a sign of trickery, and because apparently something on his past must have happened because of flowers, so he decided to destroy the garden that she cared so much about, which left her depressed. So Maria helped cheer her up by taking her to dance in the ballroom, I believe. However, as they were about to leave, the doors were opened by somebody. I met Jacobo came back. However, before we get to that, I have been warned that a choice I made after the Arrow of the Beast locked away a good portion of the game at the end. Kinda dumb for a game to be like that. But okay, so I redid the beginning, skipping through all of it to get to the part after they are the beast, to get to that option again. And then I'm gonna skip ahead to where we were before. So let's see what happens in the part of the mirror where I averted my gaze. The door to the cellar swung shut. You had fallen to the floor at some point, unable to bear the stench of blood. The maid stood behind you, her arms wrapped around your shoulders. The maid's voice was chillingly gentle. That was quite horrific, wasn't it? Are you feeling unwell, master? Oh my, thank you, master. Fear not, I assure you, the beast will not come through that door. I am here for you, and I'll continue to hold you for as long as you need to settle your nerves. Oh dear, you feel like you might freeze in my arms? Am I really that cold? I cannot tell my own temperature. You wish to know what happened to Bestia after that? I could open the door once more and show you. But I have no intention of knowingly tossing you back into that den of horrors. He lost the rest of his humanity, becoming holy beast. But, tell just a little more detail. It is my understanding that an entire village was ravaged shortly thereafter. He was a bewitchingly talented swordsman. Not a single person living in that village could stand up to him. In the woman's memories you saw, he was a gentleman, yes? But even the mildest of men can change. Though personally, I believe that without an element of monstrousness burrowed somewhere within, a man cannot become a beast, regardless of what may push him in that direction. Do you follow? Mm-hmm. Now tell me, master, have you remembered anything? Oh dear, I was afraid of that. I am a remarkably patient maid. I shall accompany you for as long as you require. So, do please find your memories. Now, let us head to the next door. The mansion is quite large, so hold on to my hand. We would not want to get separated. Yeah, there we go. Here's the mirror. You and the maid travel down the dimly lit hall, passing by the mirror once again. The light from the candle in the maid's hand was the only thing that reflected in it. The maid herself did not appear. However, just as you were about to avert your eyes, you thought you caught a glimpse of white hair. You heard a voice echo in the darkness, and when you turned to face the mirror again, the glass was the color of obsidian, as if it had been painted over. The voice seemed to be coming from beyond the mirror. The maid did not turn back, evidently having not heard anything. You... See, here I averted my eyes, But apparently that locks an option later on that makes the game end early. So I should extend my hand here. That's why I'm coming back to see. You extend your hand towards the darkness, overrunning the mirror. The second your hand brushed against the surface, the tips of your fingers sunk into it. I'm getting dragged into the mirror, and the next thing you realize, your whole world was sinking to darkness. You could hear a voice. Okay, what is the voice saying? I am the witch. Giselle. It's getting foggy. Looks like it might rain. Maybe we should take a little break. You want to keep going? Oh, alright then. Now who's this Giselle? This deep in the forest? Thank you very much. You must be tired after such a long journey. This is the mansion I'm looking for. Yes? He could have said something. Oh well. Get going, I guess. Does no one live here? But if that's the case, then why was I such a big door? Please open. Not locked, I guess. Sure makes a scary sound though. I wonder. The window's open. Darn, not a hint of light. Hello? Is anyone there? Please don't tell me it's actually abandoned. I suppose I can't know without looking around a bit more. What do we have here? Grapes? I see a little light beyond. Oh, the chapel? So pretty. Oh. That's a new song. It looks like an angel. Why would someone cover this up? It's beautiful. A little more light, it'd be... Please, not touch the drapes. Or the windows. I have no idea who's stuck. Michelle. Who are these people? Michelle? Giselle? I'm sorry for coming in uninvited. But, I did announce myself. Is this, your mansion? It is. Thank goodness. I was afraid it was deserted. I suspect you would have preferred if the house were abandoned. Oh, not at all. I would be scared to death staying in this dark mansion all by myself. I'm sorry. No ill will intended. But I do think it could do with some light. That way, you could see where you're walking. I'm sure this room looks splendid illuminated. Not necessary. I make do perfectly well as things are. How can you see when it's so dark? I have an abundance of candles and oil for lamps. I am not in want of means of creating light. It's not your place to criticize my lifestyle. If you need light, you're free to leave. If you're in need of money, help yourself some of the furniture. There's a village not far from here. Trade it for food, and make your way to a larger town. I am no longer able to really return to the city. I cannot go back there. Please, don't chase me out. I see. And do you ask this of me, aware of how people refer to this mansion? They say that a witch lives here. Not merely a witch, a cursed witch. If you remain here, you too shall likely suffer your own destruction. You're worried for my well-being? Witch or not, my mind's made up. Which will strike you first, I wonder? Regret? Or the curse? You seem to be doing just fine. It's only a tale. The witch is real. Very much so. It's not a legend, nor a fairy tale. The witch's name was Morgana. Oh, oh my god. The house in Fata Morgana. Okay, we're getting somewhere. It's me. Michelle. Oh, Memento. So we got a couple of names. Morgana, Michelle, Giselle. What is that? Giselle? Oh my, what's the matter, Master? Why are you just standing in place? There's nothing there. The maid did not seem to have seen anything. You made to ask her about the scene you had just witnessed. Oh, okay. A little trippy. Master, you look like you just seen a ghost. What is the matter? How about a little rest before we move on? You do not wish to remain here? Mm-hmm. Still not fond of mirrors, I see? Yes. Now let us be off. I should dearly wish for you to return to your old self as soon as possible, Master. If your desire is to push onward, then I could hardly be happier. Now, follow me. I am guessing from here on it's the same. Follow the maid lead, return to the living room. From there, you climb a set of stairs, your hands sliding through the dust that had settled on the ebony railing. When you step outside of the mirror, the maid returned to normal. Ah, okay, so we did have this line. You had been on the verge of remembering something. Oh, hold up. You had been on the verge of remembering something, but you were no longer in a position to be concerned about such things, for the chill in the air within the mansion seemed to have intensified. Standing at one end of a long corridor, you asked the maid, when was the mansion built? Okay, this part is normal. I think I'm gonna keep doing this until we get to the era of innovation. And then I'm gonna skip to where we were before. Hopefully there's no difference. I would imagine you know more about that than me, Master. Yeah, I know. I have not yet regained your memories. I was simply teasing you. I have been a servant of this house for many years. But the truth is, I did not know everything about it. All I know is that the mansion is cursed, and it has brought misfortune upon its residents. Since times of old, I can make a conjecture as to when it began, but I believe you should figure it out for yourself, Master. There is no guarantee my perspective is the correct one after all. Now, let us proceed. You and the maid travel down the dimly lit corridor. While the layout of the house was the same as in the eras of the Flaxen Air Boy and the Beast, the bleak, colorless gloom felt incredibly dreary. On the wall, partway down the hall, hung a painting. The painting, which depicted a beautiful landscape, was oddly entrancing, but you do not have time to appreciate the artwork. Your hand in the maze, you pass by the painting. Before long, a door came into sight at the end of the hall. This door is what I would like to show you next, Master. Listen closely. Do you hear the voices? Lively but rough, energetic but coarse. What lies beyond this door is neither a period of elegance and abundance like the first, nor one of ruin and savagery like the second. Technology and culture had become quite developed. Cameras and photography had been invented. It was a time of great progress and many breakthroughs. And for that reason, those who lived in it were constantly seeking to try new things. The tale I'm about to tell you is of a man who wagered everything on his ambitions. Jacobo. I hope that what you see, Master, will stir something in your heart. Now, through the door we go. Please do not let go of my hand. The maid pushed open the door. Colorful balls bounced around the top of a long, dark, green table. One man, dressed in black, standing by the billiards table, turned towards the door. The room was inundated with an eye-watering cigar smoke, causing you to squeeze your eyes shut. Yes, now we're going to there. Yep. So now I'm going to be skipping ahead to where we were after Maria and Silver-Haired Girl danced and the doors were about to be open. See you then. Smiles on both of their faces, they made to exit the great hall. However, before they reached the door, it swung open. Man's towering shadow cast the two women into darkness. His cold, bitter glare fixated on them. If I had been even the faintest premonition this might happen, I would have done anything in my power to stop the two cheery girls on their way to the hall. But I am eternally powerless. What are you doing? Yep, it was Jacobo. Standing before them in the doorway was the master of the house, Jacobo. I thought you would not be back until tomorrow. And how would you know that? No, forget that. Does my staying the night elsewhere have any effect on you? You were just waiting for this opportunity, weren't you? No, what would I possibly want you out of the house for? I'm sure you know better than anyone. What? What is that smell? Perfume? When did you get perfume? And I have to say, you seem to be having quite the time. Look at you. You're out of breath. Let us beat. I made the right decision coming back. Where the hell were you going? No, I wasn't going. Jacobo, calm down. Seriously. You shut it. Now you're taking this tramp side. I have told you before, you're not to leave this house without first consulting me. Or do you mean to tell me you forgot? It was not leaving the house. Your ears are just for show, alright. They're better than that. They'll even draw out the parts you don't want to hear. No, I swear, not doing anything you... Silence. I have no interest in your excuses. You're always watching from the shadows, observing, trying not to step on anyone's toes. And in the back of your mind, you're mocking me. No, Listen up, and listen good. You just try stepping out of line again, you hear? You just try disgracing me again. You would not get away with it. For the love of God. Get back to your room, now. You too, Maria. Alright. God, what is this sickening sweet smell? How utterly infuriating. It'll take forever to get this off me. I always thought you had at least some sense of taste. Why did they have to disparage her so? What did she do wrong? What did she do to deserve that? She did nothing whatsoever wrong. Oh, God, I don't know what's activating this automatic mode. She deserved none. She did nothing whatsoever wrong. She deserved none of that ridicule he showered her with. However, she was not a strong-willed woman. She did not have the courage to retort to the man yelling at her, and neither did Maria, it seemed. Without another word, they both scrambled out of the great hall away from Jacobo. The white-haired girl was a painfully miserable sight to behold. The cheer had drained from her spirit and the rosy hue from her now pale cheeks. She was hunched forward slightly, looking like a small, scared animal. Say, oh, I'm sorry. This is all my fault. If I hadn't asked you to dance, and me bringing the perfume only made things worse. No, you need not feel bad about anything, Maria. Everything you did was with my best interests at heart. So, don't worry. I will be fine. Uh, so, madam, I'll clear everything up. I really am to blame, after all. He wouldn't even give you the time of day if you tried. He's a stubborn little shit when he's mad. I've talked to him. He's more likely to listen to me. Which is kind of messed up. That he's more likely to listen to one of the maids than his wife. Granted, it's not just any maid, because he seemed to have an interesting relationship with Maria when she was telling him that horror story. So I do wonder what's going on here. I'll make sure he knows he was jumping to conclusions, that I'm the one who dragged you out there to dance, and also that I forced you to wear the perfume. I'll clear everything up, okay? So please, do cheer up. Would be best if I could tell him myself. But yes, you're right. He would likely not listen to me. He rarely ever listens to me. I'd be ashamed. I cannot even hold a simple conversation with my own husband. These things happen, you know? Not easy being married, in a lot of ways. Yes, you're right. I apologize for having you do something so unpleasant, but would appreciate that. Oh, no problem. I'm happy to. No need to apologize. I got this. I'll dunk his head in cold water until he's not blowing steam from his ears anymore. I'll cool him down. I promise. And you never know. Maybe he'll be open to listening. And you could be back the way you were a year ago in no time. Don't you worry. I'll take care of it, madam. Be positive. You look so much better with a smile on your face. Alright. Thank you. I doubted Jacobo would listen, even coming from Maria. And I imagined the white-haired girl felt much the same way. However, he grabbed into that sliver of hope. I'm just imagining that scene like, don't do it. Don't give me hope. She let herself dream. She let herself believe, even just faintly, that everything would go well. Since such is human nature. When uncertainty has you in its clutches, you grasp at whatever hope you can find to keep yourself afloat. That night, she did not sleep. She was afraid that even in her dreams, Jacobo would be shouting at her. She felt as though her memories of a year prior were beginning to crumble away. I do gotta say, after having gone through all the eras, I think this is my favorite ambience music of the eras. And also, I did pay attention that the symbols here are indeed different, such as the era of the Flaxen Hair family. There were like leaves all over the side and this side. So that's a nice little detail to show each era. The next morning, Jacobo stood alone in the den by the billiards table. He appeared to be rather agitated. His face was twisted into a frown, his pointed fingers tapping restlessly against the hard surface of the table. Evidently, no longer able to stay in one place, he paced a circle around the table, then swiped up a rack and a cue, setting up a game of 9-ball. I'm not intimately familiar with the way by which men entertain themselves, but in truth, I was bewitched by the sight of him leaning over the table. It almost seemed as though a steel rod ran straight from his shoulders to the tip of his outstretched finger, upon which the cue was secured by another finger looped over it. With a smooth, flowing motion, he thrust the cue forward slightly, pulling it back and repeating the process once more, before ramming it into the cue ball, sending it rolling into the diamond of colored balls. A chorus of clicks and clacks emanated from the center of the room. Balls collided with one another and ricocheted off the cushion walls, few landing in the pockets situated around the edges of the table. Jacobo appeared to have accomplished this with little trouble, but I imagine merely striking the cue ball with the stick would be rather difficult for someone inexperienced. But despite his accomplishment, he seemed to only exacerbate his agitation. Lousy position, he muttered, though I hadn't the faintest idea what he was talking about. What should have been a game for his enjoyment, he went about with a constant look of exasperation. I suspect he was using it as a way to blow off steam. And as a result, the tension in the air was palpable. I felt it would be improper to intrude upon him, even considering my distaste for the man. There was an undeniable beauty in every motion he made, at every perfectly audible clack of billiard balls bouncing off one another. It was an enchanting sight. But then, someone without the slightest regard or appreciation for beauty came marching in with a hammer to shatter it like glass. Gotta say, that was pretty impressive. A man, leaning against the frame of the open door. He was neither a resident nor a worker of the mansion. The man's face was covered in scraggly stubble, his body draped in dry caked garments. His eyes were sunken so deep, it was as though I was looking at a fleshless skull, though there was a fair glimmer in them. Needless to say, he was not prim and proper. How long have you been there? Not long, but man, I can help laughing. You were completely in your own world there. What do you want? And why didn't you send a maid for me? Don't be such a hard ass. We ain't strangers, man. Why should family have to go through the maid to see you? That just ain't right, brother. Maz, your door should always be open for family. Enough. I am not your family. We're bound by something even stronger than blood. By our family. Our Koska. No idea what that means. Don't. You only ever bring up the Koska when it's in your interest. Ooh, scary. Come on now. What happened to you, little Jack? Jacobo nickname was Jack? Makes sense. Where'd the little boy who used to call me Uncle Tommy go? What? Weren't you just saying like you guys were, like he was brother? How did start calling you uncle? Is your age that far apart? That even your brothers, he would think you were an uncle? Something's not adding up. Don't you dare use that forsaken name. Get the hell out of my sight. What in God's name are you doing here? The men hailed from the same country as Jacobo. They had a peculiar relationship. Though they were not blood related, he referred to Jacobo as family. And okay, they are not blood related. He came from Sunny Island in the Mediterranean Sea, a place of many unique customs, and an entire underground society. I'm starting to get the picture of what Koska may mean. Koska was a word that originated from and referred to those underworld families. Yeah, okay. It would be another 30 or so years before organizations like theirs received much public attention. All the time, they were not widely known. This was a short step into the future, and it would grow so powerful, the very mention of them would send a chill through the room. Hey now, there's no way to talk to a fellow Berzati. You're on the short list to become the next capo famiglia. Is that like the head of the family? We respect our brothers. That's how we operate. I could go home and say you threw me out of your house. How would you like those rumors to spread? His soon-to-be capo famiglia wouldn't even listen to a little request. I very much doubt anything you say could damage my reputation. I ain't been excited yet. And as long as I'm still one of them, they won't ignore me. Oh, that's a mighty fine looking whiskey you got there. Don't mind if I do. Nothing here is for you to drink. It's my lifeblood, man. No love for a brother? You worthless leech. Surely it won't be long before you find yourself in exile. If you're lucky enough to get off the hook with just exile, that is. A child could snap that scrawny neck of yours. If I'm gonna go, I'd rather go tied up, tortured for days, covered in tiny little cuts from head to toe. Okay, I was not expecting that. You sick bastard. You disgust me. Call me a carnal adventurer. I despise the mundane. Last thing I want is to go out like a wet fart. Is this what you came for? Waste my time with your insipid nonsense? Oh, hardly. Surely you have an idea what I'm here for. And how much I need. You damn maggot. Worthless leech, a sick bastard, and a damn maggot. What other names you got up your sleeve for me? You son of a... Do you honestly think this is how you ask for a favor? Oops, excuse me. I beg of thee, oh esteemed future capo familia. I'm bone broke. Not even enough money to put bread on the table. You just spare a little for a brother. You brought this on yourself, I'm sure. I hear more than enough stories about you, and hardly any of them pleasant. Drinking, gambling, debauchery. I'm humiliated to be in the same Costco as you. You wanna make money playing, you gotta learn the game first. That's the worm who plays himself into oblivion. Now, do you honestly believe I'll give you anything? Oh, but you will. You got no choice after all. Costco rules. You're required to help a fellow countryman. Especially considering how few of us there are stranded on this colossal island. You won't even notice the money switch. Come on. It ain't because you can't. It's but because you don't wanna. But Jacobo, being a tight ass doing nothing for you. Me coming to you for help keeps your good name clean. That's the thing about being a boss. You quietly keep little shit like me out of trouble, so that trouble don't come raining back at you. You do not seem to understand your voice. Rather than lecturing me, you should be on your hands and knees, begging and crying for my help. If that's what you want, I'll gladly comply. Happy to kiss your boots while I'm at it. Don't even think about that. You know this. There won't be a second time. I'll be reporting your conduct to the family back home. Wait, did I read that? I look forward to seeing how they deal with you. Just try to have a little mercy, would ya? Hey, is there a maid around? Doesn't matter who. I was wondering if it was gonna be Maria or her. How may I serve you, master? Get a single stack from the safe. Here's a key. It goes without saying, but don't touch anything else. Give the money to that man, as you're escorting him out the door. As you wish. That all you need? Yes, I'll get to him. Very well. Excuse me. Wow. That's one looker of a maid you got there. But there's something, I don't know, eerie, strange about her. It's like, even though she looks somewhat young, she also seems to experience centuries. Let's see that. We agree on something. How long has she been working here again? Couldn't tell you. As I recall, she came with the house. Is that the kind of woman you fancy? Heck out, you can't read will always be interesting. That's so. Now that he mentioned it, how old is that woman? So I suppose it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, Jacobo. What? One other thing I want to talk to you about. What is it this time? And if it's more of your blood... Oh my god, stop. And if it's more of your bladder, I'll shoot you dead first time. Now, no need for tricks. This one's about your, better half, I could say. What about my wife? Well, to put it simply, yeah. She came to me asking for advice, looking a little distressed. What? He came to you asking for advice? My wife asked you for advice? Yep. From the sound of it, you're pretty rough on the little lady. That just ain't right, man. You managed to snag yourself abroad that pretty. You ought to treat her at least a little better, you hear? It looks good with a smile. Gotta make her show it to you every once in a while. Why would she come to you about that? Oh. Seems like he's starting to show some concern. Don't ask me. Maybe she ain't got no one else to talk to. And you know, for whatever it's worth, I am part of the same Casca. Guessing should I get through to you easier? Really, you just have to put a little more thought into how you act around her, and she'll be smiling for you like always. Oh yeah, it just got the thing. Woman loves this stuff. I'm sure she'll be thrilled. Is that perfume? The thing that he complained to her so much about. Haven't you heard? Everyone's talking about it. I'm a big fan of this stuff too. Smells great. Pretty girl smiles at you wearing some of these. Any man be in love in an instant. You never give her nothing fashionable before, have you? It may look just like scented water, but you can't let that fool you. Go on, give it to her. You like a nice smelling lady, don't you? A little bit of scent can give a different flavor to your nighttime excitement. If you get what I'm saying. Vanilla. Well, they said my piece, so I'll be taking my leave now. Don't want you to keep your maid waiting too long and get on her bad side. Hold on, Tommaso. Why would she make it last? That's all the advice your Uncle Tommy has for you. Ciao, ciao. Wait, Tommaso. Could go after him. It would be a simple task to catch him, grab him by the neck, make him tell me. Tell me where he spoke with her, and what she told him. See, he is worried about that. But why? Why will my legs not move? Ask him for advice. Fashionable perfume. Her smile. It looks good with a smile. He'll be smiling for you like always. That can't be. He hardly ever smiles around me. Oh? Guess whose fault it is it? But you smile for him? Last night, when she was short of breath, having such a grand time, wearing that perfume, getting ready to leave the house. Nope, she was not ready. Was not getting ready to leave the house. Just who was that smile for? Maria, really? don't you think I'll let you run free any longer? You're not helping your case there, buddy. I think we're gonna save it here today. Hopefully I don't mess up any more choices. But let's just say it really. Anyway, we had Jacobo come into the ballroom, angry at them, of course. And then we had a member of his family, one could say, showing up, asking for some money, talking about how he's gonna be the next capo famiglia. And also, apparently, the silver-haired girl talked to him and asked for some advice. And he talked with Jacobo. And it seems like Jacobo feels a bit envious. So he's not all cold anymore. There's still something deep within him. Just he takes a while to dig that out, you know? Anyway, we also got the little scene from the mirror with Giselle and Michelle, the witch Morgana. So I guess that is gonna come into play later. Who's to say, really? But anyways, that's all for today. And with that being said, see you next time. Bye bye.